Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's your girl again, Richie Sword, as you know. So today I have a very interesting topic which I want to talk about. Don't mind my hair, I just reduced it a little bit and then put some parts on it. Let me show you guys one. So yeah, with time I'm still going to add more colors to it because I love color riot. But guys, leave your comment down below. What do you think about this? Anyway, that is by the way. Today I just want to talk about a little bit about the video I did yesterday, because it was a silent stream, because I said if you're single, enjoy it, if you're married, enjoy it. So today I'm just going to explain everything, why I said that, and the tips. If you are single, this video is for you. If you are married, this video is for you. No one knows it, or no one is perfect, but at least you can learn one or two things from here which might be beneficial to you. Guys, don't mind the weather. Today is really sunny and it's holiday here in Germany. So first I want to talk about single, and then we'll go into the married people. So stay tuned, this video is not going to be too long. If you are single as a lady, the best thing you can do for yourself is to explore. When I mean explore the world, like the world, have this self-confidence, explore the world like the world belongs to you. Why I said that is because as a single lady, if you don't explore the world, if you don't go to clubs, party, go to events, do a lot of things, take yourself out, spoil yourself, if you don't experience all those life, and you marry, you'll be stuck in one place. You will wish that you have done all those things before. But if you experienced life, if you have experienced life, you've lived all the life that you need to live. I don't say go and be committing sin. I'm still going to explain it in details. But when you've experienced life and you have experienced life, it is very easy for you to stay in marriage and be comfortable in being married. Because as a single girl, that moment you're single, you have freedom. As in, you're free like a bird. You can decide to wake up today, take your bag, travel to anywhere you want to, go for any event. Nobody is stopping you, nothing is stopping you. You can live your own life. You can wear anything you want to wear. See what I'm wearing right now? Can you guys see what I'm putting on right now? So you can wear anything, anything at all. But the moment you are married, some men have insecurity. Sometimes they want to tell you exactly what to do, what not to do, to be more responsible and all that. And it's not even only that. The moment you give birth, a lot of things changes. Even if you are like a ras girl who used to do all those crazy things, the moment you give birth, something still change. So I'm going to use myself as an example. Let me tell you, during my schools in Ghana, in university, for those who didn't know me, grew up in Port Harcourt and all that. So I got to a point I decided to, let me go and celebrate my birthday in Ghana. We went to Ghana, lodged in the best hotel and everything. I did modeling for 5 years. During those modeling, it was always one event or the other. It got to a time I was like, is this girl normal? You hardly see me at home. That's not because I was living a wayward life. I wasn't living a wayward life. I was decent. At least I never slept with anybody during my mood. But the thing is, I got exposed to a lot of things, like expensive cars, limousine, any car you can think of. The latest I will come at me. If I don't ride it, because then I didn't know how to drive. But at least I have people who drive it. We go on convoy, visit social media houses. We travel around Nigeria, Ghana, different places, go shopping, spoil yourself, take yourself out. If you experience those life, like feast different days, you want to feast lashes, do all the crazy things, when you really experience that life, it's very easy for you to be calm when you are married. But if you haven't experienced that life, hey, if you marry, at least not all of them, but some of them, if you marry and your husband is not the outgoing type, is the one that like to come back from work, stay on the sofa in the evening and watch Netflix or movie, you will be missing it, as in the marriage will become boring. And that's another reason why I'm going to talk about the ways to boost up your marriages. So first of all, as a single lady, explore the world, meet people. Don't say because you are single and you don't want to travel alone and feel bored, you can travel, make reservations, Make sure you are lodging in at least not five-star hotel if you cannot afford it. Make sure you are lodging in one of the best hotel where you can meet outsiders, foreigners who are also interested in doing fun things. You can go for activities there, check clubs around. Going to club doesn't mean that you're spoiled too, because some people, when I mention club, they'll be like, oh, this girl don't spoil. People sef, when they go club, some of them are more decent than people who don't go to club. And most people who smoke, some of them are more responsible than people who doesn't smoke. So let me explain. I've seen people who doesn't smoke, but they behave like people who take weed. And I've seen people who smoke, but yeah, they are very calm. It's just like guys wearing earring, drawing different tattoos on their body, tattoos, and be like, oh, this person, as in their appearance, you just judge them by their appearance. But if you really get to know them, you realize that those people, they actually have good heart more than the people that don't even have tattoos on their body. And it's just the same thing with Christianity. Some people go to church, they stay there 247. That doesn't mean that they are holy. That doesn't mean they are righteous. In fact, some of them, their character is nothing to write about. When you see their character, you'll be like, if na so that they serve God, make a just come their house. But there are people who stays at home, they don't go to church, but yeah, they have good heart, they have good attitude, they have good behavior. They even behave more than people who sleep in the church or churches. So, that is that. So I'm going to talk about how to boost up your marriages. If you're married, and sometimes when you are married, get to a point and when you start having kids, you can no longer travel to different places. If your husband is the type who love traveling, before you guys had the baby or decide to have kids, you always travel around. Got to some point, because the kids are still little, you can't leave them like that and be doing traveling around. And sometimes you no longer want to look hot and sexy. Women, make una listen. If you are married, doesn't stop you from being hot and sexy. When your kids are sleeping in the night, go and put on your best sexy on this. Those G-string. Those days, I remember when I wear my G-string, because then I used to like G-string. My boyfriend then would be like, babe, you don't go wear catapult again. He used to call G-string catapult. But whether catapult or not, you need to look sexy for your husband. Dress and still look hot, all the time. Remember to change your hair. If you're the type that like lashes, change it. Fix lashes all the time. Do different things. Still look hot and sexy, because some men will be like, oh, they don't want you to be, dressing up like that and all that. But if you don't do those things for your husband, they will go after those that do it outside. So it is better for you to look sexy and hot for your husband. No matter what, if you have given birth, no worry. Don't worry, it doesn't stop you from being hot and sexy. Your kids will understand. So far, you don't go naked in front of your kids. It's part of marriage. You have to boost up your marriages. And another thing, if you are the type whose husband, constantly go to work in the morning, come back in the evening, and there is no really activity except you and your husband and children, weekend activities. Sometimes if you have family living around you, like your parents, grandparents, someone you can leave the kids for, sometimes it is better to just explore, leave the kids with them, go somewhere, have the weekend together. You guys can decide to lodge in a hotel. It doesn't have to be inside room. Now come on, when they toast each other, those you used to go to hotel, do all the crazy stuff. Still boost up those things, do those things to boost up your marriage once in a while. And once in a while, it is good to travel alone also. The fact that you're married doesn't mean that you should stick there forever. When I mean forever, say every day could they see you the same one look, one outfit. No. Sometimes, don't take it offend, I'm just saying my mind. Sometimes it is better if you have friends or relatives living close by or something. Sometimes just weekend, honey, I'm coming, let me go and visit my sister, I'll be back tomorrow evening, please take care of the kids. It's very important. At least let that man take care of their kids for one day. I know what it feels like to handle kids, because it's not easy. The university, they're not a graduate, they'll be like marriage, and this one has no graduation. And sometimes most men don't really know what women go through. Women are heroes. Shout out to all the women in the world, the upcoming one, the ones that are mother yet, and even the ones to become mothers in the future. You guys are amazing, because It's not easy. If you leave the responsibility of a woman to a man, just one day, that man will accord you more respect. You see the man calling you, honey, when are you coming back? Honey, please, oh, come back. Oh. The man might not even tell you that they miss you. They'll be like, oh, they'll not tell you that it's the kids that is disturbing them. They'll say, honey, when are you coming back? You know, I've missed you. Now you'll be like, me that just left today. Say, no, it doesn't matter. Please do a come back. You know that it's because of those kids that are giving them, war at home, because it's not easy. Some of them think it's easy to just take care of kids, So, yeah, once in a while, go on travel, visit, friends. As I don't mean like you're married and you have single friends, then you go and visiting them. Some single friends, if you are married, they can try to, spoil things around to scatter your marriages. So if you are married, make sure you're having friends with married people. At least, even if they are not married, there are people who are not married who also have wisdom, who can, who can give you positive advice, not the one I'll be telling you, oh, your husband haven't done this one haven't done that. Surround yourself with positive vibe, because the world is already negative enough. The world is full of negativity enough. So once in a while, travel so that you guys will miss each other and do some crazy things. And before you say I do, before you say I do to marriage, make sure you know that person very well. Make sure you understand the person. Make sure it's somebody you can, smile with, someone you can laugh with, someone who understands you, someone you can just play and just curse each other for no reason and it will be cool. Because if you go and marry some African men that hate insult and the man do funny thing and you say like, oh, you're crazy, that craziness slap now you go receive. So make sure it's somebody who can take jokes, somebody who loves you, who appreciates you and know your worth and value. It's very important, because sometimes in life they'll be like, oh, marriage is all about communication and communication. That's what I've been hearing since I was a baby. Communication. See, there are some ways and you communicate with somebody, you will not understand it in the right way. So I have come to conclusion that marriage has nothing to do with communication. Before you communicate with your partner, make sure you understand that person. Understanding comes first before communication, because there are some ways you want to communicate with your partner. If the understanding is not there, he will misunderstand it, misinterpret it, and the marriage will lead to catastrophe. That's what the German call it, disaster. So make sure you have understanding. Make sure you understand your partner. You know how he can react on certain things, react to some certain things before you start communicating. Don't go and communicate if you are the type that the man you go and communicate and then you communicate rubbish. The man will misinterpret it. The marriage is over. So while you're communicating, make sure the person you're communicating with, somebody who have understanding, who loves you, who really, have a listening ear, someone who is ready to listen to you, so that when you are communicating, even if you are saying the wrong thing, the person will try to understand it from his own perspective, from his own aspect, not just misunderstanding you. Anyway, for those who are subscribed to this YouTube channel, thank you so much. For those who haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the red button to subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. I don't want this to be too long. We have other topics to talk about. Yeah, let's go right into it. Thank you for staying and watching to the end. I love you guys. See you on my next one.